friend in the neighborhood, Endman64, bringing you another Throwback Thursday. Oh god, I was just trying to do my intro. Who's bothering me? Who is Lau? Who is Lau? I don't even know a Lau. Oh well. We're back with another Throwback Thursday in Pokemon Emerald. We are doing a flying type only run. And so far it has been going uncomfortably well. We passed our first two big gut checks, and we have one final one against the Elite Four, but for the majority of this going forward, it's going to pretty much be smooth sailing. So we've gone back to home here in Little Root, mainly so my mom can give me her gift. Oh. I forgot to register my mom's number. Cool. There we go. There we go. That's what we're here for. We're here for the money. We're going to get all the money that we need left, that we could possibly need. I mean, we already have enough now, but all the money we could possibly need from all of the fighters, the trainers up ahead, because we're going to be doing a lot of surfing now that we have access to that, because we beat our dad in the last episode. Now, my copy of Emerald has been having a little, shall we say, spastic moments recently. I guess it's because of the age. But, like, it's crashed a couple of times. Not even because I've done anything. It's just been, you know. You know how old games can get sometimes. Alright, so let's see. Grab this first. A max revive. Interesting. I don't think we need that badly right now, but hey, we've got other options. One other thing that I would like to bring up before we go into the whole surfing around the world type thing, because yes, that is what we plan to do. Ooh, rare candy. In case you have not watched any previous episodes, I have been struggling with trying to figure out how I'm going to get my team to have all the type coverage and control and stuff like that they may need. So, you know, as of this moment, it's not an issue because we don't have the other 3 flying types that we have access to. Technically, it's, what, 5 flying types we have access to? But in general, we're going to be looking for some flying types in the future, and we're going to be coming across a bunch of them once we are done with this whole surfing section. The reason I bring this up is because, well, like I said, right now our team is okay, but we definitely are going to need some flying types in the future, because let's be real, I know Butterfree has been doing an exceptionally good job as our, more or less what would be our grass flying type, even though she's a bug. Those stats are not going to hold out much longer. We're almost at the point where she's going to be outclassed. Fortunately, once we cross the other area, we do have access to another flying type that we can use, and I plan to use it. However, we also have access to 2 other flying types that I want to use for the team, either short or long term. Now, one, as I mentioned, I believe I mentioned several weeks earlier, is Doduo. And I obviously want to use that because it hits really hard and it goes super freaking fast. So I absolutely want to use that one. There is another Pokemon that we can get that's coming up that is also going to be really useful and is also has a pretty unique typing to it. So the issue I'm coming across is whether or not I'll be able to use all of the Pokemon effectively. And my solution to that, as we come up here to get some hidden items and goodies, I don't believe there's any other Pokemon we can get. I mean, we can get, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we can get another Swablu up here, and I think it's actually at a better level than the one we have, but I prefer the one we have, mainly because I already know what it is, but more importantly, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to properly balance all of the Pokemon on our team going forward. And I came up with a solution that, frankly, I came up with much longer before this was even a thing. If you'll recall, back in... what was it? Back like, a long ago time, like, I'd say 2016, 2017, when I was planning our action replay of Pokemon Heart Gold. One thing I was considering doing for that game was doing a team rotation. I.e., I build a team of Pokemon, and I rotate them in and out as necessary, which means I'm going to be raising more than the expected 6 Pokemon. And initially I was thinking, well, maybe that's a dumb idea because it's going to take a while. You're going to have to prepare more trainers. You're going to prepare more Pokemon. Think of strategy. But you know what? Honestly, at this point, I think we've cleared the main crux of the game. I think the big thing that matters now is more or less just like what's going to happen in the future, you know? So like, if I'm planning out future aspects of the team, I would probably prefer if we could have multiple other members of our team be capable of doing things. And honestly, that's probably why the rotation is probably going to have to pay off here. Because all the Pokemon have advantages and weaknesses. I can only hold a certain amount of Pokemon on the team at a time, but honestly, at the moment, I think it's probably the smartest decision that we could probably post ourselves, because look, Dodrio is so goddamn broken in this game. Specifically because it has access to Tri-Attack and Drill Peck, and it hits super hard, it hits super fast. It's just such a good Pokemon. I think it's incredibly underrated Pokemon, especially in Gen 3. And yes, it is a normal flying type, and with that, I may as well have just kept with Burb. But Burb, outside of maybe a facade strategy, isn't really that good for our team. Because it's basically just going to have the same basic attacks that other Pokemon are going to have. And I don't really want that. I want something unique. Alright, so Soda Pop. Ooh, HM Slave, you have an item. Do you have something useful, HM Slave? That's the million-dollar question. Hyper Potion! That is useful, thank you. One less thing I have to buy. Alright, so we should have a double battle right here. If I time this just right. A ninja, and I believe that guy is a fighting master, so... Yep, Steely Dan and Kaiju are just the two I want for this one. You seem rather capable. Unfortunately, I think they block us here, but... Then again, I think, like I said, I think the only Pokemon up there that we can use, at least, are... Swablu and, oh my god, freaking Ninjask, really? I was thinking poison types, but sure. Alright. Who's the bigger threat here? Probably that Ninjask. Actually, wait, no. No! Don't murder my freaking Gyarados, you schlep. Go Hidden Power on the... Of course. Of course, 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 of course. I love how it's a one flinch move. But it does so, but I also intimidated him, but it does so much freaking damage to him. It's freaking crazy. We'll just go Thrash. Good news is at least Swift is gonna... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, oh, at least Swift is gonna definitely hit that Ninjask, but Kaiju does not care about evasive stats, I guess. Alright, Vital Throw. You should have went for Stelly Dan, but okay. Alright, and goodbye Hariyama. You will not be missed. I think that's of all the moves that I've seen in Pokemon that have the most, like, depressing situation surrounding them, I think that would have to be Amnesia, because it was so busted in Gen 1, and then it changed into just being for special defense. Like, who cares about special defense? If you need special defense in order to fully survive and win, you kind of failed already. Let's be real here. He's blocking us. Oh, we got another double battle up here. Okay. Right in front of these Kelpie berries. Which, in case you're trying to build a complete dex in Pokemon... Oh my god, I just realized I have not had the friggin' amulet coin out. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now we're gonna start getting money. Damn it, losing train of thought. There we go. If you're trying to build a complete Gen 3 Pokedex and you don't have access to the day-night cycles, those Kelpie berries are pretty much your only chance to evolve Feebas into Milotic. I've never understood why that's a thing, but... hey. It works for somebody, I guess. So we'll go Swift, and we will go Thrash. So if it protects itself... nope, it went right for Kadabra. Atta boy, Kaiju. Actually, now that I think about it, that Psychic Gem is going to be pretty hard on us. It's not going to be brutal, but it is going to be hard on us. Alright, we'll go another Swift. That's what you get for trying to spam a move. Yeah, that Psychic Gem, I always forget about the Psychic Gem in Hoenn. Because it's, I don't know why, it's so freaking difficult sometimes. Alright, so if Kaiju is confused here, that's fine, we'll just heal him. Oh wait, I don't have the Yellow Flute yet. I completely forgot. I need the Yellow Flute. I need a lot of things. I need mental help, that's what I freaking need. Alright, so this will take care of you attack the Pokemon that can attack this turn. Makuhita, you are not very smart, are you? Oh, whatever. Don't care. Peckham, and... oh, okay. Peckham, and if that doesn't fail, Dragon Rage. Or Dragon Rage can go first. Whatever, Kaiju. You do you, fam. You do you, fam. Alright. Ooh, look at that money now. Now we're rolling in the real money. The Kelpie berries are there specifically so you can breed into Milotic, but unfortunately I don't really need them. Because, well, Milotic is definitely not a flying type. Remember, this is before Gen 9 where you can terrestrialize anything into any type. What the hell is Gen 10's gimmick gonna be? I should point out that this video is being recorded in mid to late January and is more than likely not going to go up until well after the aforementioned upcoming Pokemon Day thing. So I have no... well, by the time this goes up, we'll know if/when Gen 10 comes out this year. If it doesn't come out this year, I have a backup plan for what game we're going to play as the finale, but... we shouldn't have to worry about it. It'll be fine. But if they have announced anything regarding it, we will know by now. But I am curious as to what the gimmick's gonna be, because every gen has had a gimmick since what, Gen 6? And they probably wouldn't have needed gimmicks if Unova wasn't so trash. And yes, I will stand by that statement. There is no conceivable way in the universe they thought that Gen 5's level up system and having all the Pokemon be, like, leveling up during every single other frickin' presidency in the United States would make sense. It's just so dumb. So I will stand by my dislike of Gen 5. But Gen 6 had Mega Evolutions, which have been brought back in Gen 9 with Legend ZA, which, yes, I'm going to be buying soon. I filed my taxes recently, and I plan to use the money I get as a return to buy that, Kirby Air Riders, and Donkey Kong Bonanza as games for the channel. La 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 la. Channel. But I also plan to run Gen 10 today. Oh, not today. Eventually, so yeah. Oh, by the way, Mr. Briny's gone. He ain't coming back. If you're hoping he would, yeah, no, it ain't happening. Alright, so we got a swimmer out here. So, hopefully she has more than one Pokemon. If she does not, oh well. Yeah, Gen 6 had the Mega Evolution. Gen 7 had Z moves, which have not left Gen 7. Actually, they haven't even left Alola, now that I think about it. Gen 8 had Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing. I don't think I ever did Gigantamaxing, but Dynamaxing I've done plenty of times. Probably because when Sword and Shield first kicked in to, like, all the competitive stuff for it. What was I doing? I was looking for work in 2021. Not to mention I needed I was working on several big projects, so I really didn't have time to game with friends, you know? So I didn't really take part in the Gigantamax stuff. But I did do Dynamaxing, like I said. Gen 9 obviously had Terastallization. And yeah, Gen 9's Terastallization. Honestly, I am probably one of the few that sits there and goes, I genuinely really enjoy Terastallization. Because if you're smart with it, you can turn it into anything. It's not just, oh, I'm going to give this Pokemon a big power-up. You can be any Pokemon, really. And you can use it for offensive or defensive purposes. It's so freaking smart if you know what you're doing with it. Unfortunately, a lot of people try to just use it solely for offense, and, well, that's why they suck at building Pokemon teams. And hello, Wingull. What are you doing here? But so yeah, I'm genuinely curious as to what the what the gimmick for Gen 10 is gonna be, and then B, what the what's it called is gonna be for Gen 10. What the region's gonna be based off of, because that's always fun. I mean, are we gonna continue in Europe? Are we gonna, like, with the European Pokemon? Are we gonna jump back to somewhere exotic or interesting? I know I've gone on record before saying several times I would love to see them do Africa. Just with how many different climates you can do and the types of Pokemon you can have. You can obviously bring Pokemon back that you could realistically have in Africa, like a lot of the Pokemon that were in Scarlet and Violet can come back, like the Faragiraf line. You could have both the Donphans and Donphan lines. If you want, you can do Paparaja, but I lean more towards India for that one. Pyroar, Mighty Anna, Zebstrika, the Rhydons. You can do so much with that. I really hope that they do Africa one of these days. But in terms of where else they could do it, they could do Australia. They could do another part of Asia. India would be interesting. They already did all the curry stuff in Galar, but hey, you could spice it up and make it even more interesting in a region based off of it. If we're sticking to Europe, God, I would love to see them do like Greece, and wonder what they would do with Greece. Like, you could do so much with Greek mythology and stuff like that. That would be fun. You could do Italy, and you could do heck, you could probably even get away with doing something like from like Eastern Europe at this point. You can do Germany if you want. The only thing you reasonably cannot do is you just can't do any of the ones you've already done. Like, obviously Kalos is based on France. Kalos is based on France. Galar is based on Britain. Paldea is based on Spain. So like, you can't do any of those again. And technically, I already did the United States with, or specifically the state of New York with Unova. I'm still kind of confused as to several aspects of New York, though. We don't have people that talk like Clay around here, just saying. I've never seen them. And if we do see them, they're tourists. There's not a single sign in the Unova region that said, go fuck yourself, because that's what New York is. We don't care. We don't care. Alright, let's see. There should be an item littered somewhere around here. No, there might actually be an item there. Tentacle, go away. Like, does your mother know you're out playing right now? Go away. Actually, we're near our limit for this episode, so I think we're going to have to call it quits for now. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friend, the neighborhood, Endman64, and I will see you guys in a couple hours for the next episode of Throwback Thursday. Until we meet again, sayonara.